I'm very happy to be joined here today by Brett Kissel, a very well-known name in this area, and we've had him on our show several times. So thank you so much for joining me today.
No, thank you, Abby. I really appreciate it. It's great to have a conversation with you.
Yes, I'm very excited for this, and I'm also very excited that you will be here on September 7th. The Vic Juba is holding a Crank It Up Cabaret, and you will be one of the main performers, which is very exciting. Tell me a little bit about this cabaret and what people can expect from your performance.
Well, I'm thrilled that they've invited me to come and do this. And there's been a little bit of confusion, though, Abby, over the fact that the Vic Juba is putting on the concert, but it's not at the Vic Juba. It's at the X. Because, we've been very lucky. We played the Vic Juba, many times, especially as I was coming up through the ranks. And we just know that we want to have a cabaret. We want to have a big party. So because of that, it's going to be an incredible night of country music at the X. So it's Vic Juba presents Brett Kissel, the Crank It Up Cabaret at the X. And me and my band are very, very excited to come back to Lloyd and to throw down and have the party that we're all expecting it's going to be.
Yes, for sure. I did talk to the Vic Juba months ago about this, and it is very exciting for them to be able to hold such a big event at the X for the Vic Juba. So it's very exciting that now we're getting very, very close to it. You did mention that you have performed at the Vic Juba, but now you're going to be on a bigger stage, bigger setting at the X. So how exciting is it for you to be able to do that?
I think it's awesome to get a chance to come home because I grew up in St. Paul, Alberta. So we have a lot of friends and a lot of family that are coming to Lloyd to see the show. My wife, Cecilia, has partnered with an incredible company and formed a really great friendship with a company out of Marwayne called Beauty from Bees. And so Michelle and her team out there, we know we're going to host them all for a great party. So it's going to be really, really cool to have a lot of people from Kitscotty and Neilburg and Marwayne and Paradise Hill and a bunch of these communities actually come into Lloyd for a great cabaret. And also what I've noticed, Abby, is that after playing, in so many different cities across Canada and around the world over the last 10 years, even though it's a Thursday night, I know that small town people can actually party harder and have more fun on a Thursday than most city people can have on a Friday or Saturday. So I'm excited to hit the stage for everybody, in my home neck of the woods.
I'm sure a lot of people really appreciate that because not everybody can travel to big cities to see their favorite artists in concert. And now you have this project that you just started. It's called Compass Project, which includes a multiple album release. The first one being the South album, and then you had just released the East album back in the spring. So tell me a little bit about the Compass Project and where it's going from here now that you have already released two of them.
Well, the Compass Project is a 4 album package of all these amazing subgenres of country music. And I love the genre of country music with all my heart. So North, East, South, and West are 4 different albums, again, under the umbrella of country music, where the South album was the needle of the compass, really pointing to Nashville. So you have this great new country album. Well, the East album that came out in the spring was a singer-songwriter album. And it truly talks about my love for the storytelling that really comes from the East Coast. Now, the West album that'll come out this fall is true blue country and Western. I'm talking traditional steel guitar and twin fiddles and all of these great topics and themes. So that's what the West album will be. And then the North album is really where the compass points north to my North Star, which is as an entertainer performing in Canada all my career. So what's great about that album is it's a greatest hits package. All of my songs, but they're the live versions that we've recorded over the years across Canada. So one of my songs, call it 321. Well, I recorded that version live from the Calgary Stampede. There's another one of my songs called Drink About Me. Well, the version that we selected was when I did the drive-in concerts and invented that model in Edmonton. Then you've got Anthem live from Halifax. You've got Tough Times Don't Last, Tough People Do live from the Palace Grand in Dawson City, Yukon. So it's a really cool tip of my cowboy hat to the north.
Yes, that actually sounds like a very unique project, and I think it's such a great project to have for your fans. So where can people find the South and East albums, and when are the final albums coming out as well?
You can find it obviously very easily on Spotify, Apple Music. You go to YouTube or Amazon, Pandora, like wherever you stream your music, right? So I'm very, very excited that people can take a deep dive into that just on your phone and go on a road trip and enjoy the material and all of this great music. And we don't have a date just yet for the West or for the North, but we know it's going to be shortly after the Canadian Country Music Awards, which are actually coming up here September, 15, 16, 17. So that weekend of September, we're going to focus on the award show, getting a chance to enjoy our time in Hamilton. But as soon as that's done, then we know that we're going to be have a much clearer runway to release the music in late September and into October, November, and of course before Christmas.
Awesome. I'm sure people are very excited to hear this new music coming from you and the different albums that are going to be releasing coming here shortly. And I'm sure a lot of people are very excited for September 7th, for you performing here and for your Compass project. I think that's fantastic. And I hope it's a huge success for you. So thank you so much for joining me today.
No, it's my pleasure, and can't wait to see everybody at this Crank It Up Cabaret for a great party on September the 7th.